phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, show me it was real. Pick up the phone, yeah.
Welcome back. We have a very special guest with us. Jacqueline, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So great to have you with us. I want you to do something for us. I want you to look right here and introduce yourself to our viewing audience.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Lynch, and I'm the author of my new book. It's called Becoming Whole Again, My Story of Strength, Abuse, and Healing.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you've written this book, Becoming Whole Again, My Story of Abuse, Strength, and Healing. And you say this, in a world filled with darkness and despair, one young girl's journey shines as a testament to resilience. She faced unimaginable hardships, sexual abuse, mental health battles, and the terror of domestic violence. Speak to us about this book that you've written.
Well, it's a true story. And it's a story that I had to get a lot of therapy on. So I've been going through intense therapy because, when you've been abused, it's hard for you to navigate through life. You get
Okay.
caught up in certain things that you wouldn't, a normal child that didn't go through abuse, went through. I went through sexual abuse, mental abuse. I was in a mental institution for almost 8 months because of the sexual abuse and because of other childhood traumas. So when you're going through life and you're trying to you're trying to grow from that, it's hard if you do not get therapy, which my family didn't know about therapy. Coming from Jamaica, we were West Indian. They didn't believe in therapy. They
Yes.
believe that everything is kept in the household and God is your therapist. But when you've gone through so many family traumas, which I did, my mom didn't know about the sexual abuse that also happened between me, my brother, and my sister. And she didn't find out through later on in life that we actually went through that. So it had already took its place and grew to domestic violence, me getting involved with men that would verbally abuse me, that would mental abuse me, try to keep me from my family. So it's a story that is deep rooted in abuse and how I overcame it.
So what I'm hearing you communicating and what you're communicating to our viewing audience is that abnormality can become normal.
Yes.
It'll become a normal part of your
Yes.
everyday life.
Yes.
You mentioned even your siblings being involved or becoming victims of the same thing.
That's correct.
And you're mentioning not only sexual, but emotional and psychological abuse. So it has many different faces there.
Yes.
I find it very fascinating as I was researching your book. It says this book tells her story, your story, the raw pain, the moments of hopelessness, and the quiet strength she discovered within herself. You speak of feeling like you could never make your mother happy. I thought that was quite fascinating and how you had the responsibility of really raising your siblings. And when they would do something wrong, you would be punished for what they'd done wrong. So all of that added on to the things. But you said something that's very powerful. Your mother didn't know about the abuse.
No, she didn't.
You mentioned how your father, when he left Jamaica, he moved to the States to get a job, and eventually you and your mother came, and then your siblings came along after that. Talk to us about that traumatic experience because you said something that running away became your default response to everything.
Yeah, because everything that I've done, I didn't want to face it, so I would run away. It was my way of dealing with it. I would run away and hide. And even when I was in the family home, I would hide away from the family. because I just felt the inadequacy with the relationship between me and my mom. It would actually let me lock myself in the room a lot, away from everybody. Everybody labeled me as crazy, and that was the label that I got. So me and my mom we really didn't get along that well, and I'm her older child, so I'm the one that she gave birth to first. But we were always at it, and I find that typical with a lot of girls that are born first in the family. Their moms and them, really, the relationship isn't good. We've eventually were always at it. We were always at it, and my brothers and sisters, like I said, I raised them.
Yes.
And whatever they did, I got in trouble for it. But with the sexual abuse, my mom did not find out until later. And when she found out, she was so apologetic because she really didn't know that this was going on in her own home. Because my mom was also a gambler and my father was also an alcoholic.
Yes.
And even though they were great parents, my father loved us. They didn't know how. It's like they weren't given the tools when they were young in order to raise this family, which was 6 children. 6 kids. My father's a welder. My mom was a school bus driver, not educated as far as having an education. So I wanted to break that chain. So dropping out of high school because of all the trauma, and then me later on in life now going back and got my bachelor's degree and became a respiratory therapist and doing so many things, the author of my first book and getting ready to finish my second book.
Yes.
It goes to show that your past doesn't define your future.
Now that's powerful, because would it be safe to say that your story is a testimony of the promises of God being greater than our challenges?
Absolutely.
Here's something that's very powerful. Chapter 1, the beginning of dysfunction, not having memories of playing with other children. Talk to us about that.
Now, I didn't have, we were very sheltered. My family are Jehovah's Witness. So they didn't believe in us. We never could go over other people's homes. We never could have pajama parties, birthdays, Christmas. It was always family, and it was always sheltered situation. My father would grab the guitar and play music, and we would all sit around him and we would sing songs from his homeland. And that was our entertainment.
Yes.
So our entertainment wasn't being with other kids. It was playing with each other. And even though we've done that with each other, we're not close today. We're all estranged.
That's powerful.
Yes.
The closeness that was there as children, but with the traumatic experiences that you all had as siblings in your adult lives, it's caused division and
Yeah.
separation.
It's division, very much so. And I'm labeled the black sheep.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who has brought the story out. I'm the one that's tired of masking the story.
So you're unmasking the pain.
I'm unmasking the pain.
Yeah.
Because every one of us in that house, we have our own individual pain on how we looked at it individually.
Yes.
I can't tell my sister's story. She can't tell mine, because my story, even though she had her own story, which was pretty much on the same path,
Yeah.
men beating her up, men, verbally abusing her. We all were going through pain, especially through the sexual abuse.
Now, what I hear you speaking about are transgenerational tendencies that have occurred because you were exposed to the same environments. Those things, as abnormal as they can become normal
Yes.
to some degree. I think I say norm, standards, beliefs. It's amazing. But you say something here in chapter 3, when sickness enters the mind. Now that speaks volumes.
It
Talk
does.
to us about that.
Because of the sickness that entered my mind as a younger, person being abused, I was abusing sex. I would abuse it through masturbation. It was something that, like you said, when sickness enters the mind, eventually it forms, it grows. It grows. And it was growing into porn. It was growing into masturbation. And then eventually it grew into me being involved with men that were much older than me,
Yeah.
because my son's father was 52 and I was 18.
Yeah.
So and he was a lot of domestic violence with him, because he would beat me. He would verbally abuse me. He would hold me where I couldn't associate with my family. He would feed that seed in my mind that your family doesn't want you. You're nothing, So that's what I believed. And that's why during that period, I wouldn't stay with my mom. I wouldn't go to my family's home. I was basically on the street by myself because I was homeless. Because in the book, he wouldn't he wouldn't allow me to go there. So, and he also had us evicted because at that point I did not know that he was trying to get back with his wife because he was married.
Oh, so now you were being held hostage.
Yes, he wouldn't let me go back. He wouldn't let me call home. I couldn't go home. And then he wasn't there. So he was paying for an apartment and then he stopped paying for it. So
Yeah.
I didn't have no place to live.
Yeah.
You know, I was homeless, uneducated because I dropped out of high school. So the book goes through periods of abuse and how you feel. I mean, I was completely, it was despair, utter despair, you know, and to the point where he even murdered his wife. So it's murder
Yeah.
in the book. So it's all of this dysfunction that I had to go through, and I'm a survivor from it.
Now, there's someone right now who may be watching this interview who's facing those same situations, those same circumstances. I want you to look right here and speak to those individuals or that individual.
If you are going through abuse, whether it's domestic, verbal, mental, please reach out. Do not hold it in like I did and not tell anybody because it can destroy you. It can lead you to drug abuse. It can lead you to abusing yourself in ways that you couldn't imagine. So it's best to seek the help that you need. Tell someone. Make sure someone know because we as children, we didn't share that with my parents. We kept it a secret because we were told that if we did, we would all be murdered. We would all die. And that was by the abuser. So please reach out and let someone know that you're going through these things. You don't have to go through it alone.
Powerful, powerful. I'm looking here. Chapter 10, My New Addiction. I said, wow, that speaks volumes. Talk to us about that, my new addiction.
I went through periods of being addicted to things. Whether it was drugs, because with being in a mental institution, they didn't know how to diagnose me. At first, they thought that I was just, you know, going through some things, but then I started hearing voices because of the drugs. I would actually talk to myself. I would actually sit there and laugh to myself. So they didn't know what was going on with me. So the addiction was to the pills. It was to the, you know, through them. I wanted it so bad because it gave me a feeling of being high. It gave me a feeling of not remembering any of my pain.
Yeah.
It took it away. Numbs it. So I would see distorted faces. I would see people walk into rooms that said they never was there. Having conversations with people that weren't there.
Yeah.
So it really led me to other things. It led me into a spiral downfall of other things.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Chapter 36, He Saved My Life.
And that was God.
Yeah.
That was God. And he saved my life. He really did. There's nothing that he has not done for me. He's brought me out of a lot. And even now, he knows that I belong to him. And he continues to bless me.
Wow.
You know, he's never left me. He blesses me every day. He amazes me with what he gives me.
God is amazing. We have 2 minutes left, but I want you to speak. Take a few seconds to talk about this chapter 45, which speaks volumes, learning to love myself.
It's really important that you do that because I hated myself for so long. And that's why I went through, even though the abuse had ended, other things picked up. So it was like, hey, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to learn how to love yourself. And I had to fall in love with me.
That's
You
right.
know, and that's where I am right now. I fall in love with me. That anything that I touch right now is going to be a golden opportunity for me because he's involved.
That's powerful. 30 seconds. I want you to look right here, disseminate any contact information, email, website. Are you available for speaking?
Yes, I am available for speaking engagements with churches or any other organization. You can find me at JackieMLynch12@gmail.com.
Powerful, powerful, power. Speaks volumes, but also it speaks about the promises of God being greater than our challenges.
He's amazing.
He's really amazing. I want to thank you so much for
Thank
being our
you.
guest.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure, our pleasure. I'm Dr. Larry Carnes. You have just witnessed a very powerful, powerful, powerful book. I want to encourage you to always outlove, outserve, outforgive each other. Make sure you join us again right here for Books of the Month.
Yeah.